All right, guys. We've got ourselves a series. It's the lower bracket here of the LiuLi 2024 finals. REYNOR in the top right side playing Zerg for once, and Hero playing Protoss. It's going to be good to see how this one goes. REYNOR's been on point lately, as has Hero. Hero has had some of his most excellent wins recently, mixed with some of his biggest throws. I actually feel like Hero might be throwing games more frequently than ever, while also making some of the most epic comebacks and just wins I've seen ever. His Skytoss build orders have been excellent. Like, Hero's bringing out some of the coolest strats. But yeah, absolutely, he is doing it while staying true to who he is, and that is someone who will never hedge a bet in his life. He will always go double or nothing. He will always put it all on black. Yeah, dude, you're up 30,000. Let's leave the casino now. He's like, but I could have 60,000. I'm going to put it all on black. Let's go. You know, like, it's Hero. Strap yourself in. He might make crazy comebacks. He could throw wins away and advantages away. We never know exactly what's going to happen. And historically, he destroys REYNOR. Big head-to-head advantage in their series. He's unpredictable, and I think REYNOR is an unpredictable, somewhat, you know, risky player, a little bit himself. But I think what hurts him is that he doesn't respect Protoss players very much, in my opinion. This is purely my fan theory. I think he does think it's a bit easier, and I think especially when you're trying to get inside the head of Hero, something REYNOR likes to get inside his opponent's head a little bit, understand what they're going to do, take advantage of their habits. I think when you try to do that with Hero, most players, you come out of it with a confident understanding of what to do, what not to do, and a sort of rule set for playing that player. When you study Hero, you come out of it with a headache. You just have a bit of a headache. I mean, a migraine, I think, would be a better description, because it's a very painful headache. You're trying to establish rules and understanding where rules and understanding do not exist. Hero flows. He feels his way through the game. He does not have any rule ever that he follows. He is completely and utterly inconsistent in both a positive and a negative way. And that means, as REYNOR, you need to be happy embracing risk and accepting that he will catch you off guard multiple times in this series. Do not let it throw you off your game. Do not let it shake you to your core, because that is where it's the tilt that can come from Hero doing some diabolically ridiculous choices, catching him off guard that could get him. And look at this probe coming in. Oh, he hides the probe from the Zerglings. REYNOR, his third base is getting blocked. Okay, it's cute. It doesn't even matter. It's like, it's a few seconds delay. He's not even chronoed the Adept, I don't think. And the probe's just going to run out as that third base goes down. He does have an Adept coming forward, but not particularly early. And it's going to be, of course, a Stalker, which he wants to use to take care of the Overlord, with the Oracle spotting the high ground. He's been doing this a lot. Hero's a big fan of either Void Raider Deny Scouting or going for the early Stalker with the Oracle. And I like that he's doing this. I think he's realizing, hey, if I keep my opponent in the dark, it opens up options for me. With my, you know, dynamic style, last thing I want is my opponent to scout what's coming ahead of time. I want him to get inside his own head where possible. Here is the guy who could come in with a gun, 50% chance to shoot you, 50% chance to shoot himself in the leg as he draws the gun. Yeah, yeah. The thing is, like, you might think, well, doesn't that make him a bad player? Then you're like, well, no. Everyone else just gets a knife. He's the only guy who gets a gun in this situation, which is why it's so effective. Everyone's like, how did he get a gun? That's not even in the rules. You're like, yeah, well, he might shoot himself, but if he shoots you, you're pretty screwed, dude. If he decides to pull, you know, to not decide to randomly do a few rounds of Russian roulette before it starts. Gets rid of the Overlord. REYNOR's macroing pretty well. Has a Spore up in the main. Nice early timing. Interesting Spore placement, as it's not really covering the left side of the mineral line. Interesting. For me, I always prefer to put it like just to the left a little bit. Leave the right side, the back of the base, where I feel the Oracle's never coming in from or exposed. But I think for REYNOR, he's saying, well, this only interrupts really this one mineral patch of mining. It's already one of the suboptimal mineral patches. Whereas if I put it over here, it's blocking a few mineral patches. It's delaying my mining a little bit more. So I think and he does it here as well. Once again, only blocking one mineral patch, right? The other paths are basically unimpeded. So Oracle's going to come in. Forge Twilight comes in. Sorry, guys, that was a bit of a miss button press there. Third and fourth gas has come up behind it. Hero's just not committing too much at all to the aggression. His third base is almost ready. It was a quick third, about 440. Evo Chamber and very quick lair for REYNOR. What is this? Is he just going straight Hydraling? He might even open... I mean, he's going to go melee. I don't think he opens range. But for a second, I was like, he's just going to go +1 range Hydras and hit a timing off like 63 workers or something. I think we're going to see a Hydra Den go down momentarily. Hero has seen the fast lair. I mean, lair starting before 5 minutes is considered early by some very economic and defensive Zergs. Let's see what he goes for. Layers up. Evo not upgrading just yet as the Oracle still dance around. They haven't found any damage, man. Single Overlord. That's it. Hydra Den. And plus, it is Hydra Den and +1 range. Wow. Does he even go 6 gas? Like I said, he might be just doing a 5 gas Hydra timing, guys. Not even go to 66 drones. It's such an early Hydra Den. He could just use it defensively as well to shut down the Hydras. Now, the Blink Stalker pressure. I do think Hero is a big fan of doing the Oracle into Blink pressure. Do you go Groove Spines or Muscular? I think he goes Muscular Augments. I think he wants the movement to jump on top of Hero, have the mobility, and he can add the quicker upgrading Groove Spines later. Ooh, Oracle takes some damage. Bit of a mistake. 4th base goes down up north. REYNOR already spreading creep with his Overlords because his creep tumors are getting delayed a little. And remember, this was only 4 queens, guys. This is a very greedy build. And he is going Muscular Augments. Yeah, Muscular Augments first. Dude, he's gone 6 gas. He is going 66 drones. But he's going to have a fearsome army. And I think the Quick Templar Archives into Storm would be a good choice for Hero. Storm's going to be somewhat necessary to defend the onslaught of Hydras. That being said, REYNOR doesn't have to play this aggressively. He could macro up off this, just posture on the map, push the Oracles back of the Hydras, and drone his 4th, while taking into things like Hive, Banelings, Lurkers, all that sort of stuff. Now, I'd say REYNOR's potential weakness in this matchup is he does focus very heavily on Zerglings and doesn't really support his Lurkers very well. So even when he hits an early Lurker timing, I don't think he's as effective with it as some other Zerg players. Infestation Pit goes down, so he is thinking about that Hive Tech transition. 5 more drones on the way as well. He's already got 12 Hydras out with the 13th one building. So many Zerglings on the map, a bunch ready to run by the natural. And here come those Stalkers finding an Overlord in the mid. Hydraling going to go forward to try and take care of them. That Overlord should go down. And here we go, Zerglings chasing him back. And Zergling Hydra pushing forward. Oracle gets left behind, does get taken down. A few Zerglings get frozen. Overlord goes down, but dude, those Lings trying to block the blink there. Does surround a couple of these Stalkers. Hydras push forward. The Oracles can't stand and fight, man. A lot of units going down. This is a great opening by REYNOR, and REYNOR's got some cheeky builds in this matchup. Look at this. He uses this to take 8 gases, Hive, Lurker Den, +2 range. This is the difference between REYNOR when he's unplanned and hasn't prepared, and REYNOR who's grinding and preparing. You can tell this is a REYNOR who had a very clear idea of what he wanted to do this game. Get early Hydraling to shut down the blink, go straight to Lurkers after shutting it down, and stay active on the map. Now, Hero is going to take what we call the Drunk Man 4th base. It's a forward 4th base. I think he was hoping it didn't get spotted, but it gets spotted immediately. I mean, it's going to allow him to push off that base. I think he should be taking a more defensive expansion, though. He does not have a lot of units right now. REYNOR is way ahead on supply. Hero, does he have Psystorm? He does. He's got a few High Templar. I'd love to see him use that energy recharge sooner rather than later. Of course, his door's open, but there are some units ready. Another Oracle goes down. Look at this attack. Finds the 4th base in the bottom right at the same time. These Hydras pull back. Nexus gets killed, not cancelled. Another 4th base starts up here. Is REYNOR going to click it? He could click it, but he'll lose his units if he does it. So pulls back for now and continues forward on the front. Stasis trap down there, going to freeze up a couple of these Zerglings. Hydras could take out the cannons if he moves them in. Hydraling on the north does pull back. These Hydras got to get out of there. And he does pull back right now. Good moves here. Lurker upgrades on the way. REYNOR all over this game. It doesn't feel like a very close game at all right now. It feels like Hero is miles behind. He's going to try and start a Stargate Fleet Beacon transition and air weapons. But I think REYNOR would need to fall asleep at the helm. He can just dodge the Psy Storms, honestly. He can just dodge the storms, dance around them. As long as he keeps attacking, I don't see any way to lose this game with the numbers of... I mean, Storm's good, but a 50 army supply advantage? I don't know, man. Cannon battery coming up, though. Hero is known for making miraculous holds. These Lurkers are a problem. Even without the range upgrade done just yet, they come forward. Storms land on top. He's going to lose a Lurker in the south. Hydras try to help out. The cannon does go down. One Lurker has fallen. The Storm's damaging those Lurkers, but not really killing them. And every Storm that goes down, you've got limited energy. That Storm doesn't really do much at all, just tickles a few Hydras. Another one of them goes down. Another Storm lands. Hydras are taking pretty big damage. The Lurkers are going to shuffle forwards. And I think REYNOR just feels rich. He's happy to take a few Storms on the chin. He does pull back in the middle as that Stalker Storm army comes in to flank him. One of his Lurkers gets taken out, but with so many Lurkers, Stalker Storm is not the answer to this army. And REYNOR surrounds the force. Yes, the Storms come in, but the Stalkers are the only units that escape. The High Templar go down. And that's just too good of a start. Too greedy of a start. Gets away with a 4-queen opening. Barely any Zerglings. Techs up to the fastest layer of all time. And I think an inability to punish that. Hero should probably be opening up with double Adepts in the next game, because he just got the floor wiped with him. I think you want Chrono 2 Adepts across, and make REYNOR react early. Don't let REYNOR get away with this greed. If REYNOR thinks you're just going to sit there and macro up and only do very passive poking with your oracles, he'll take advantage. If we go to like 4 minutes in this game, let's check the economy there. So we maybe should have kept a bit more of an eye on the drone count. If you're even/ahead in workers as REYNOR while teching this fast, I think it's incredible as a Zerg player. And we can see he's a little down on probes here, but because he skimped on the queens so hard, he is only slightly down on drones. And I think by about 6 minutes, he was perfectly fine. Yeah. Yeah, he maintained income equality while going straight up to the higher tech units and then bursting ahead just a little bit when he gets to 65 workers. Just perfectly fine. Protoss is often ahead of Zerg in economy. And you can normally get a lead, but you do that by teching very slowly and building bad units. He got to go straight to Hydras, so REYNOR was just ahead of the curve. All right. Game 1 was dominant for REYNOR, representing Basilisk in the bottom left now, our ley lines, Hero in the top right. Now, do you guys want to tell... I've gone a little bathroom break, and I was like, is it really just double Adept to counter that build? As Hero, by the way, sends a probe across at the very start. So if REYNOR goes super early hatchery, he's going to be good. But he's actually gone 13 Overlord. Old school, baby. REYNOR's just doing an old school standard build. Okay, I guess he's just more comfortable with that. Interesting. I thought he'd learnt the 15 Overlord. Anyways... he's going to have to take his third base, which does suck for him, but it is what it is. So the way you counter the laser 4-queen opening that REYNOR just did, guys, very simple. You do the 3 Oracle, 4 to 6 Adept pressure. You can't defend that. Because you've only got 4 queens. Even if you bring all 4 queens to the front, the Adepts shade past them, the queens can't keep up. The oracles fly in. Doesn't matter how many Zerglings you build, you can't fight with 3 oracle laser beams turned on above 5 to 6 adepts. So if Hero just makes... If he sees the same fast lair 4 queen just hugging the Spore Crawler sort of build from REYNOR, I could be wrong, you guys let me know, but I'm pretty sure I've seen a few guys who are doing this in the early days of this patch, trying to do this greedy build, just get destroyed by that. Because the adepts and the oracles... And the thing is, even if the queens come together to fight it, sometimes the adepts just start killing the queens. Like, because the 3 oracles can kill 3 queens very quickly. If the queens aren't all together, they're not going to have transfused energy at that point because they've all been injecting and spreading creep. It's actually very tough. Vildenby, prove you're not a bot. Let me know what state and country you live in. Sorry, we just got a real weird message in the chat. I think it's just a copy pasta, but I'm also like, is that a bot? Yeah, no, that's a bot. You can just ban or timeout on blue. Thank you. It's not a good copy pasta. I'll let the mods handle it. This is just a guy talking about his butt hair. It's just gross. It's not funny. Sorry. Anyway, let's talk about the games here. It's your own. I'm only skimming it, but it's super weird, man. All right, guys. He's going to chrono 1 adept, not chronoing a second one. So Hero not going to be going for the early pressure. I feel like double adept after you block their natural and force them to take the third is a no-brainer, is it not, Twitch chat? Am I crazy for thinking he should have chronoed this second adept across to punish REYNOR here? Is Hero just doing things that don't make sense again? Why bother blocking the base if you're not going to take advantage of it? I mean, it still forces the drones to rally further, but I don't know. I feel like double chrono on the adept. It's like a lost art these days. Don't get me wrong, if they take a normal base, Zergs are so good at defending, I'm fine with it. But in this case, I think it's super necessary to punish the exceptional greed that we saw in that last game. Now, I don't think REYNOR's going to play as greedy this time, don't get me wrong. I think it'd be insane to play 4 queen fast lair again. Just to play that low on queens is, yeah, it's definitely pushing the limits. I think speed's about to finish, and REYNOR's going to chase the shade. He doesn't want to let him escape. 2 queens should be able to shut him down. He might have to Spore Trick here. And REYNOR, good Spore Trick. Oh, nice. Cancel on the shade, realizing, hey, there's guys already following me. At least he gets a drone and a Spore Trick. Not bad there for Hero, realizing there was no way that Adept was going to get home with Zerglings tracking the shade on the other side. 2 queens not really enough to shut down the Oracle. They can obviously limit its damage. Oh, his Spore Trick was smooth. Only loses 1 drone and gets that damaged. REYNOR, quick hands, very slick tactics. And he's denying the third at the same time. Where's that second Oracle? Gonna get the Adept. You gotta take out the Probe as well. Probe's more important than the Adept, and REYNOR doesn't get both. He got greedy. Should have gone for the Probe there. I mean, it's not terrible losing a few Zerglings. You're at least keeping him pinned at home. I would have done exactly the same, and if you get the Adept, obviously, then you can kill the Probe as well. Great value. But good job with the Oracles and the energy refill to get on top of that. And you can see the Adepts are warping in. You shade 5 Adepts across, join them up with the 3 Oracles. 4 Queen can't handle that. That being said, this is a 5 Queen opening, which is a bit better, a little bit more well-equipped. 5 Queen's kind of standard these days. I think if you see 3 Oracle and 6 Adepts, you want to build a 6th Queen as well, though, to be fair. I don't know if 5's enough on its own. Now, 2 Oracles can smash a single Queen on its own. Surprised he didn't grab the drone there. I guess he wants to... Oh, he wants to join up, that's why. Oracles and Adepts going to cause a ruckus. This is the pressure I was talking about, guys. 4 to 6 Adepts, 2 to 3 Oracles. It's hard to deal with. And he's going to cause quite a bit of damage. The Oracles wisely run away since they're heavily damaged. The amount of mining time is insane. He's going to shade into the natural. 10 more Zerglings trying to be built. REYNOR taking massive damage here. And these Adepts should just get out of there now. He's going to go deeper because he's hero. Most people would shade away or shade into the main and then recall here, knowing you're going to get surrounded. He cancels at the last second. He's going to try and do the bait and shade, or the bait and recall. Saves 2 of the Adepts. It's not bad. Could have been better, potentially, but you know what? You wasted a lot of mining time. Units lost is good for you as Protoss. And you're going to warp in 2 more. Why is he still warping in Adepts, guys? Is he just going to do the same thing again? I mean, there's no Roach Horn. There's not that many Lings out. The Oracles are here to defend. He has nothing in his wall because his name is Hero. He's going to turn just 1 Oracle on. Dude, he's going to try and do the same move again. 6 Adepts around 2. Before he's going to delay his blink for this. His Stalkers. His +1 coming in pretty late with the Forge. Not even finished yet. 4th base is on the way for REYNOR. He's lost so much mining time already. This is frustrating for REYNOR. And Hero's just realizing if I can just get some more waves of chaos in here, it's going to go well. The amount of mining time doesn't show up in the units lost tab, but this is actually a way better units lost tab than what is shown if you account for all that lost mining time, the disruptions. Clear some creep, and you just shade it and back away. $16 more Zerglings on the way, +1 melee. Lair's about to finish. I don't think he wants to use the Roach Horn. I say that as he queues up a Roach and starts Roach speed. Overlord speed. REYNOR wants to go for an all-in. He feels behind. He's going to go for a Ravager Ling. Queen drop. Ling counterattack, but plenty of Stalkers are there. Adept shade into the main. Stasis Trap as well coming down. Surprised the Oracles didn't catch those drones on the way out, to be fair. Ling's trying to deal with it. I feel like REYNOR's just dead. I mean, just this feels like not good. He's spending more time running around in circles than he is mining. Hero's got blink up behind. He's got +1. He's going to 8 gates, 6 gas. Like, I don't know. This just feels like the pressure's been too good, and REYNOR's going to need to be a little bit safer against this. Maybe prioritize getting his natural up on location rather than taking the 3rd base over here. Stasis trap there. Oh. And REYNOR, good micro. I mean, he did some slick moves, but he just doesn't have the numbers to be ready for everything. He's trying to make some Ravages here. He's got 41 Zerglings, but the Stalkers are going to blink forward. 0 chill. Stasis Trap's starting to go down. A few Zerglings will set off those first 2 Stasis Traps, but as long as it buys him time to kill the hatchery, I don't know if he cares. You click the hatchery, you blink on out of there. You're looking fantastic as Hero. 3 base Zerg, massing +1 melee Zerglings. You can just do whatever you want. Charge, +1, building a cannon in the main, because why not? 1 in each base. I think he realizes REYNOR's run-bys are going to be his main comeback mechanic in this game. And of course, this probe ready, poised to take a 4th base. Ling's in the bottom right side. A couple of Overlords going over there. Maybe going to try and drop in the natural. This was pretty clean, man. It it was exactly what he needed after playing such a passive game 1 and REYNOR getting such a lead. Just shove in there with Oracle Adept, do another wave of Adepts, follow it up with Blink, and just flowing so well. You blink to the high ground, turn on the Oracle lasers. He can just take this fight, dude. Yeah, the Zerglings don't even want to fight into that. And look at that, he's going to attack the lair as well. Oh my gosh. Dude. REYNOR's like, this is the part where you leave my base. And Hero's just like, lol, 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 lol. No, it isn't. I'm just going to keep going because I'm annoying. He's got Stalkers in the top as well. He's doing a 2-pronged blink pressure versus a guy on mass Zergling. I don't even know if I could describe just how screwed you are if your opponent's splitting up their Stalkers attacking 2 places at once. When you're on mass Zergling, they're meant to be sitting at home defending. Hero has this just massive amount of momentum right now. There is no way for most Protoss players to lose from here. However, this is Hero, so we shouldn't let our guard down yet as observers, because you never know what he's going to do next. The sentry randomly on the front line, a little bit chaotic. That guy's going to get surrounded, as are the Zerglings. Oh god. Oh god, Raider with a big surround. Oh my god, a lot of Stalkers going down. A lot of Stalkers going down, but he's counterattacking at the same time, killing the Queens, dude. Ling drop gets it and kills the cannon. Oh my god, Hero, don't throw this game. Hero, do not throw this game. You are so far ahead, bro. Stalkers recall, the Lings run into the main base. At the same time, the Zerglings on the top left get taken down as well. The supply is still dangerously, shockingly close in this game. Hero's trying to get up double upgrades. The cannon in the main should just barely defend these Zerglings if you fight with your probes or warp in. Didn't fight with his probes, but looks like the Stalker warp in will take care of it. 11 probes go down. Hero always finding a way to stay even supply and make the game look competitive no matter how far ahead he really is. The Queen's gonna be just barely surviving. More Queens coming forward. Stalkers try to blink back. +1 armor is done, so it's 1-1 Stalkers against just +1 melee Zergling. Roach Ravager have no upgrades other than Roach Speed. Baneling Speed trying to come in as well. REYNOR on 61 drones. I mean, he feels so helpless right now. He's just hoping for Hero to make mistakes, and Hero playing pretty solid. Even though there's these rare moments where he's getting so aggressive, like it gives the opportunity to make game-losing mistakes, it's going to be hard for that to actually happen. With Charge coming in, the Zealots are going to trade really well versus those Zerglings now that they have an armor upgrade to mitigate that +2 melee. Not to mention the +1, which allows them to two-shot the Zerglings to begin with. Oracles are low on the juice though, and Raynor's supply is somehow ahead. Keep in mind, it's because he's building Roaches now. Roaches and Ravagers. Roaches are 2 supply, Ravagers are 3 supply. They're probably worth 1 supply each, maybe 1.5. So that supply inflation you get from the Roach Ravagers that you're building, it doesn't really represent their power level. You know, I look at this, a Roach Ravager army, I'm thinking Rain is more like 120 supply right now, and it feels like Hero just able to wear him down. Keep microing your Stalkers. You know this is going to go well for you the longer the game goes. Desperate Baneling roll by. Going to go into the 3rd base. We'll see if it can find them. No, it's going to the 4th, in fact. Big fight on the front. Hero. I think he should have gone for the 3rd. There were more probes on that, but I guess there was a cannon there, which is maybe why he didn't go for it. Those Zealots took some Banelings to the face. He's very slow to run the probes away. Hero, because he's attacking at the same time, because Hero has 0 chill. Most players would just handle the run by, but Hero doesn't. He keeps focusing on his Stalkers in the middle of the fight. Loses 13 workers. He's down to 55 workers. Somehow Rain is getting a 5th base up. This is wild that the game still looks competitive. I mean, it's 2-1-1 upgrades for Hero, which is really good. More Banelings rolling in. Baneling run bys are expensive, though. You need to kill a lot of probes for this to be worth it. He's going to get a decent hit. Gets 5. Not enough to make that worthwhile. 5 Banelings for 5 probes. Hero can handle that all day, every day. As long as Hero keeps building probes, takes a 5th of his own, he's great. He could also add Psystorm, which would make Rain his heart sink. He could take, 5th base, like we said. There's so many things Hero could do, but of course he says, or I could just keep attacking the Zealot Stalker and blinking well. And if I do that well enough, I can wear you down with my numbers, which is absolutely correct. Stasis traps trying to freeze up these Zerglings. The Zerglings do pull back a little bit because there's so many stasis traps. And oh, Raider does get quite a few of them frozen. Ling's getting stuck on those stasis Zerglings. Oh, a massive one on the Queen Ravager on the left side. And of course, he blinks into the Ling Ravager surround because his name is Hero, guys. Hero is the guy who literally impales himself on a spear to show his warriors that he has no fear. He's like, what, you're afraid of their spear, man? Look! And he just eats the spearhead like some sort of demented magician. Takes down Reynor in game 2 and ties the series up 1-1. All right, guys. We got ourselves Amygdala next. One of the biggest maps in the pool. And Hero just blocked his base. So Reynor is gambling on the fact that now Hero will not scout. And I think he might be right. He goes for this 40 pool over here. It's a big map, which means it's hard to get over there to block an expansion in time. So why scout? Why not just go for a blind build? Now, I think he's going to gate scout because Hero does this a lot more now, which is why 12 pool is not as good against him. Yeah, he's going to do it. Oh, Raider's not going to be happy about that. He was hoping for it to be a gas first scout build. Oh, okay. Now, Protoss players have been saying this is a good macro build since for guys. He forgot to build a drone. Guys, he's only on 13. We forgot to build a drone. Reynor, hello? What is this build? Guys, he's only on 13. What is Reynor? Oh, God. Raynor's doing a garbage man build. Oh, God. What the heck? Is Reynor drunk? What is he doing? And he's only building 4 Zerglings and a hatch. What? Oh, this build's bad. Oh, my God. Reynor just messed his base. Guys, Lambo's vomiting somewhere. Is this what? I saw a meme about Lambo casting games and pointing out pro players' mistakes. This is a garbage build, isn't it? Chat says no, the hatch can't be blocked if you do this. This slows down the 12 pool. I mean, this just feels rough. There's no... Was that conscious? Do you think that was to stop his base getting blocked? Surely not. That seems ridiculously stupid. I don't like that at all, guys. I feel like going for a crisp 12 pool is more important, but who knows? He only builds 6 lings. No, it's on purpose. It's on purpose, guys. He's trying to force a response. Okay, he's just trying to force... He's only going 6 Zerglings because it's a big map. He's just messing up Hero's build because he got scouted. If he didn't get scouted, he might have leaned into it more and gone for 10 Zerglings. But the moment he saw a probe, I think he might have changed his mind a little bit. Now, he'd already decided, he'd prepared for this. He'd stayed at 13 supply. We're going to definitely do a replay review of this at the end of that early build. But notice how he only builds 6 things. He forces a 2-gate Cybercore, 2nd pylon, and only now does the Nexus go down. His hatchery is still finishing. So I thought, hey, you're weakening your Zergling push. You're doing this whole opening off one less drone as well. This is just bizarre. It's okay. I think he probably could have done it with 1 more drone and also been okay. But I do love that he only built 6 Zerglings. I think that's a really good way to do it. Hey, Hero got the wall off right this time. That is actually bizarre. This is like a... Well, I wouldn't say it's very good. That Cybercore has more surface area than just about any structure ever. But it's nice because he can wall off with another gate or Cybercore here behind. The Cybercore against like a Ling Flood, this is really bad in the old meta. But because Oracles have unlimited energy now, it's actually not that bad. It used to be you could Ling Flood, and if the Cybercore had this much surface area, it would get focused down way too easily. But yeah, it's fine. It's got its own OnlyFans. Yes, it does. There are no secrets with this Cybercore. It's posting free pickies everywhere. Anyways, randomly reading Twitch chat comments aside, let's stop doing that while we gas. Gas is coming in a bit later for Reynor. He doesn't rush his third. He never does like the super greedy, full gasless third base off this, which makes sense. I mean, this is the safe way to play, but he does need to get it up soon. Because if he doesn't take the 3rd hatchery soon, Reynor's going to be in trubs. Overlord's dancing north, dancing south. Yeah, Twitch chat's always distracting me. Sometimes with really good things that I missed, other times not. I'm definitely going to look at the build order though, and if you guys heard any analysis from Lambo talking about casting this opening, or maybe from Reynor himself, let me know in the comments in the chat, and I'll try to clarify that at the end of the game, because it's such an odd opening, but... Overlord does go down. Nice sight for the Stalker. Reynor's, I think, doing a good job of turning this just into a macro build, because it truly is the 12-pool macro version, where you don't build 10 Zerglings, you don't build 12 or 14. It's quite nice. Oracle does pull back. All right, Ling speed started. Got a Spore in each base now. Decent little queen count. 4 queens with a 5th on the way. Glaive Adepts. Ooh, hello. Problem is, it's a bit obvious. Now, what I mean by that is if you look at this from Reynor's point of view, you've seen 1 Oracle. At 5 minutes, if you haven't seen a 2nd Oracle, you've got to kind of wonder, hold on a second, what's going on? Problem, he doesn't have Ling speed, so we can't even see if there's a 3rd. He doesn't know the 3rd's been delayed. He's like, well, there could be Oracle into, Void Ray or whatever. Like, he's got nothing on the other side of the map. That's kind of unfortunate. He's only lost that 1 Overlord this game. Stasis Trap goes down. 4 Adepts being warped in. I think the next warp in is when he moves out. Or does he already go? Oh, he's going to go now. It's a bit early. But I guess he gets there as Glaives finishes. Only 10 Adepts. Oh, and he sends 8 on the left, 2 on the right. Okay, cute way of doing a bit of multi-prong. Ready to take the 3rd base. It's a quick follow-up with Glaive Adepts, dude. You've got nothing but Zerglings and Queens to defend this. Rocha's not ready. Adepts wreck Zerglings. But if you can deal with these 2 Adepts, run the drones from the 3rd. That's the best way to do it. The Adepts are going to join up, though. They're going to join up. Now, it's kind of weird attacking from the natural like this, because normally you want to run into it the 3rd and also shade towards the main and the natural. You see, yeah, because you want to threaten 2 distant points. Cancel the shade, cancel the shade. Beautiful play. The drones are trapped. Drones are trapped. He's going to go behind the mineral line. Queen's up there. Ling's looking for the surface area. They're going to go for the surround, but they realize it's not a good enough surround. They can block the shade. They have to be on top. He's got to be on top. He's not on top of it. That's not a good move for Reynor. The Adepts got into a nice little corner, but actually more Lings come out. He gets decent surface area. As these 4 more Adepts come out, though, you can see the Lings get shredded. Reynor's in big troubles right now. Big trouble. Those Queens kind of blocking those Adepts, but not all that well. And, of course, the main base is now in jeopardy. 8 Roaches popping out. But they're popping out, of course, piecemeal, 1 or 2 at a time, which means the Adepts are actually able to kill one of those first Roaches that pops and continue their menacing assault. Remember that Hero delayed his third to get this. He is meant to do damage here. If he didn't do damage, he'd be screwed. But it is still looking very worrying for the Italian Zerg as another 4 Adepts come in from the bottom. Going to join up with this Shade, going to take out those Zerglings, and of course work his way into the natural mineral line. Oh, did you want to mine some more gas? Nah, says Hero. The only gas that's available once again gets denied. 3 or 4 more drones get focused down. The Adepts started stepping through, shading into the main base, and those drones in the open, so exposed. The Roachling struggling to get on top. Double Robo going down behind this. Hero's already thinking about going for either the Immortals or the Colossus or whatever the hell he has planned next. Double Robo... Is that even planned, or did he just make that up? Oh, transfuse to save the drone. Sexy micro there for REYNOR. Eventually loses the drone, but probably would have been a bit worse otherwise. Oracle comes in on the third. Only one queen there. Oracle happy to kill 3 or 4 drones. Beautiful play by Hero. Tags the base, gets on out of there. So he's gone double Robo, and oh my gosh, he built it in a safe position in his natural. He's on 4 gases. He's building 2 Immortals. He hasn't made Blink or Forge or anything. He's just making Immortals. And I think he's like worried about a counterattack, but he's going to see a drone going out to the 4th. Be able to deny that. Oh, he does deny the drone, but he loses the Oracle. No, he doesn't. Keeps it alive, 6 hit points. Another drone's going to move out from the 3rd. 57 workers. REYNOR's recovered. I can't believe it, guys. Hero committed so much there. REYNOR lost 50 Zerglings, 18 drones, and a crazy amount of mining time. But it was 18 Adepts. He's actually lost very similar resources. Obviously, with mining time, I'd say probably about 1,000 resources favorable trade. But it's the delay on Hero's 3rd and whatever he's doing next that's huge. Like, he's still not got a Forge. He's still not making Blink. He's just going to go for a double Observer, Immortal Prism, Glaive follow-up. He's literally just going to go for another attack. He's just going to go for round 2 of the all-in, is he? Yeah, he's just going 8-gate. 8-gate Glaive Adept Immortal. All right. Okay, I mean, double Robo to do it. I guess not a bad way of going for it. He's going to go for this 3rd base. REYNOR's trying to take a 5th. REYNOR does not seem to have any idea what's happening right now. Now he sees the Glaives coming. He should be realizing, oh gosh, I need as many Banes and Ravagers as possible. He goes for a Giant Link counterattack. That's going to shred the 3rd if he doesn't get a very quick Adept Weapon, and he just used all of his Adept Weapons on the front, which means the 3rd base is wide open. REYNOR should give this base up even as well, maybe. Oh gosh, he doesn't have any Banes yet. Baneling Nest isn't quite done. Lings run into the 3rd. That base gets shredded. +1 melee Zerglings have a party, but do you ever stop this ball of Protoss savagery? The Spore Crawler not quite able to finish off that Oracle. He shades in! Hero, what are we doing? Hero shades in away from his army. What? He eats some big biles and throws the Oracle away. He lets the Lings in the main and the natural as well. Hero, what are you doing, mate? Are you drunk? What is this? Oh my lord, he's taken so much damage. I mean, don't get me wrong, this army probably still wins the game, but he is doing his absolute best. He's trying to get a highlight reel for Major League Baseball right now. He says, I will be the best pitcher you've ever seen. Stand aside. Whoever the hell, I don't know baseball, whoever's good at pitching that's a legend. What the hell, man? Dude. Leaves his 3rd open, leaves his natural open, shades into the main away from his army. What are we? He loses an Immortal. He doesn't save it with the Prism. There's still Lings in his base. He's bringing more Adepts across the map. Biles forced back his Prism. He's only got 1 Immortal right now. His Adepts are getting shredded. I cannot believe what I'm witnessing. Is REYNOR actually about to make this comeback happen? Give credit where it's due. It takes 2 big people to make a comeback. It takes 2. One person has to play perfectly from behind, and the other one has to make some mistakes. Now, to be fair, I don't know if REYNOR played perfectly. He definitely played pretty damn well. And Hero definitely did a lot to help him out there with those mistakes, but my gosh, it might actually be okay. 25 drones to 15 probes, which is a significant advantage. 3 base against 2. If he brings this Spine and Spore back and that drone as well, that would actually really help REYNOR. REYNOR's got 17 Zerglings, 1 Roach, 4 Ravagers. There's still 11 Adepts on the map, which is scary. That's the scary thing, is those Adepts, you don't have a lot of Roach Ravager to deal with it, so you kind of need to rely on those Banes. There's still a random Stasis Trap up there. He does save the Spine, but not the Spore Crawler. And main base doesn't actually have a Spore in it. This is the point in the game where you rebuild a single Oracle, you go kill 10 drones and win the game, Hero. No, just kidding. He's just going for, it's the 3rd or 4th Glaive Adept timing. It's going to be 14 Adepts, 10.5 minutes into this game. Ravagers and Banelings trying to help it out, guys. We've got Banelings trying to land there. The Adepts push forward. They start taking out the Ravagers, but they eat massive Baneling hits. He says, I'm going to punish the Ravagers because otherwise they can kite me. I don't even know if he noticed the Banelings that were hiding behind those Ravagers, but guys started stepping into Banelings. with your clumped up Adepts. It's good against the Ravages, not good against the Banelings, which is why REYNOR had the Banelings guarding the Ravages, and he is actually going to make a comeback in a game which he had no business making a comeback in. The moment I saw the double robo went down, I knew Hero was making it up as he went, maybe even more than he normally does. But I don't mind the follow-up attack. I think it was a perfectly fine way of elevating his position and finishing the game. But what an absolute disaster masterpiece this was, as he just leaves himself wide open. Losing the third is not the end of the world, but letting him in the main and the natural and throwing your army away at the same time is the stuff of legends, guys. It's very... It's this Hero 101. He never walls his base off. He warps in everything on the front and just hopes you won't do anything to him. It's classic just dumb mistakes. He's making a Forge. Why is he making a Forge? If anyone can answer to me why he's making a Forge right now. So he has +1 for 5 minutes. This is an all-in attack, man. If the game goes longer than this, like... I know I'm nitpicking with the Forge, but like, come on, man. What are we doing? Yeah, this army, you want to keep it together. You don't want to shade apart. It's just crazy to do. I guess he just got to this kind of... You know what's crazy, guys? I understand if the Lings are getting in, you can't warp in, you didn't pull a probe, you panic, and you're looking at home. This makes sense. You know why this is so crazy? He's not looking at home. He literally picks up his Immortals to go and drop them with the Adepts to force the fight. Except it's totally mistimed. And he just like shades into Roach Ravager Queen, just loses a bunch of Adepts, loses his Oracle. So that's bad. But he also hasn't dealt with anything at home. I mean, it's a clear, obvious thing. Look, let's imagine you get caught off guard here. What is the first thing you do? And I know, I get it. He made a mistake. It sucks. I don't want to be too harsh on Hero, but yeah, I do, because this is so silly to throw the game from here. It did so much damage earlier. So here it is. Oh god. Yes, you click the probes away, but if you don't have a warp in available, you actually need to grab one of these guys, run there and wall those probes out of your base. Because if these Lings get in your base, you're in big trouble. And then you keep pushing. He's right to keep pushing, but honestly, you just A-move. You keep pushing. But because he didn't wall off these probes, and they're all dead anyway, he lets the Lings in. I'm not sure he would have got the wall off in time, but he had to try for it. And he says, well, that's fine. I'll push the all in and we'll focus. He does do a big Adept warp in, but these probes should have also ran to the main. Because even if they're just running, they're not taking damage. And because he warps every Adept in the same position, these probes should have ran to the natural as well. Luckily, the Adept Shade was close behind, but yeah, he gets just savaged here, man. And he pushes in really hard. At this point, you just got to keep your whole army together, keep making sentries, keep making Immortals, and cancel the Shade, obviously. But he shades away for God knows why. If you shade 2 Adepts into the main, it's a great move. It could kill his whole worker line and potentially do massive damage. But why are you throwing the Adepts away? They're meant to support your Immortals, your sentries, your force fields. So it just makes no sense to do this. This is bizarre. Brainless says, I think the best option is recall 4 Adepts after walling off your natural. Yeah, you could recall a few Adepts as well to your natural straight away. That's an option. That's definitely an option as well. All right, let's go back to the opening, guys. So it's a standard 12 pool for Mr. REYNOR. And basically what he doesn't build anything, builds a spawning pool, builds 2 drones, and then he builds an Overlord. Normally you go 3 drones, then an Overlord, and that's going to allow you to build the thing. But he's saying, well, no, I want to make sure I get this block. Because if I got a 12 pool and I got to stop to kill a pylon or something, or a probe, it's going to be really bad. So I want to make sure I get that hatchery down, is what chat's saying. But it's like, it's 1 minute and 7 seconds. At this point, what? It's too late to get a hatchery down now anyway, is it? I mean, I guess it does get there before the Gate Scout. Maybe he timed out the Gate Scout, and he's like, oh, if it's Gate Scout, this will get down in time. I'll have to ask REYNOR about this one. I'm not sure what he was thinking. I like the 6 Zergling, though, and then just back into drones. Like, that's actually really cool. So, awesome to see him mixing up the opening and getting an overreaction out of Hero and turning this into, like, a decentish macro situation. But I think the big problem for him... The big problem for him is that he didn't have any scouting. After the Overlord went down, he basically just didn't know what was happening, and Hero did a very weird build. 4-gate Glaive Adept after Oracle off 2 base. Before 3rd base, this was a really cool, unique timing Hero hit, and it really opened up the position for him to take a 2-1 lead. Unfortunately, though, he messed it up. REYNOR now is ahead 2-1 in the series. Wow, guys, that was a bit of disaster piece theater, but Any other player would be shook, not hero. It's all in a day's work for him. He's going to go across very early with a probe right at the start to stop Reynor getting that expand. Reynor is going for a 14 Overlord. I think he wants to go 14 hatchery as well. No, he's going to go... Yeah, he's not going to get his hatchery up by any chance. This probe's going to get here so early. And of course, he had to send a second probe down to build the pylon. Send that probe back down to build a gateway now after mining a few minerals. And this probe here, he's like, hey, hello, buddy. Now, obviously, you could follow him to the third, but another drone could come down. Don't want to give him the option to take it. Reynor's going to have to take the third base as his natural. On 16 supply, at least he sent the drone ahead of time. He was mentally prepared for this. And Reynor's got to be counting his lucky blessings. He could be down 2-1. Instead, he still has another life here. Stats felt like the exact opposite of Hero as a player. Yeah, you guys are absolutely correct. Stats is he plays like a European. Super defensive, super solid, super well-rounded. Not many Korean players who played like that classically, but he made it look so good. Hero, of course, plays like a Korean who not only enjoys soju, but might have a alcohol problem. I don't think he actually drinks at all as far... I mean, I'm sure he drinks a little bit. You know, he is Korean after all. I don't think... It's hard to be Korean and not drink. I don't know if you guys spend much time around Korean people, but... Yeah. It's always a different level of alcohol intake with these lads. What is this wall off? Anyone? Anyone? Ladies and... Bueller? What are you gonna full wall? Is he gonna build his Stargate, or it's like second gateway there? I think he just builds another pylon here later. This is such a funny wall off. I mean, he can wall off the front nicely, which is good, but definitely, oh, Reynor he just researched open borders on his civic tech tree. Oh, okay, that's good. Okay, he's got open borders. Never mind, guys. It's okay. It's a good, yeah. It did a nice little agreement there. All good. Oh, good to know. Good to know. Stargate starts up. Obviously, Hero, master of leaving his door open. The thing that makes Hero special is trauma. Most people, when they get traumatized because they run away from their problems. They go, oh my gosh, my door was open. I'm never going to leave my door open again. Like, Hero is the sort of guy where literally a bunch of home invaders come in with machetes and they like torture him and abuse him and do all this messed up stuff, steal all of his goods, turns into a hostage situation. Most people are like, oh my god, I can't believe I left my door unlocked. I'm never, like, they've got 6 padlocks, security cameras, all this stuff. Hero the next day takes his door off its hinges and like literally puts like a bowl of candy out front saying, free candy, come grab some. And people are like, what? Like, aren't you worried? And he's like, well, nah, like, I mean, you got to face your fears, man. Like, basically, you know, like, and we're like, well, that's, you know, they haven't caught the guys, right? They're like, they think they might live in this neighborhood. They might come back by. And he's like, yeah, if it happens, it happens. Well, that's Hero. He's not going to fix his wall-offs. He's not going to leave a unit guarding the door. He's not going to make those adjustments, because that would be going away from what makes him him. And the moment you get scared out of playing StarCraft the way you want to play StarCraft, you are already losing. And that's something Hero understands better than any other player. Are there massive holes in his game? Yeah. But he ain't ever going to stop doing what makes him Hero. And that makes me love him. That makes me always happy and excited to see him. As he takes a nice quick third. Void Ray opening into an Oracle behind it. Reynor got pretty good opening so far. Like 3 queens. 4th one's about to pop. Droning. He's back on gas pretty late, so he can't do that fast lair build that he did in game 1. I think we'll see a 5th queen start up as well as a bunch of drones in a moment. The next evolution of Hero would be if he just full walls his natural every game, and every time he wants to move a probe out, he has to do the building trick. yeah. That would be amazing if he does that. For those who don't know, because Pylon doesn't get consumed by building a building, if this was fully walled off, you could put the probe here, build a pylon there, and because the probe would have nowhere to go, it would get squished to the outside of the wall off. But you can imagine him transferring probes one at a time by doing that, just building pylons and cancelling them repeatedly. Adept goes down there to the Zerglings. Nice attack. The Queens did push back the Void Ray. I don't think it killed anything else. No, it's just got that one Overlord kill. Good Oracle Micro. Damn. Remember, Hero's playing with a bit of lag as well. And he gets all of those Zerglings, those Adepts coming out to finish them off. Really slick play. You can see he also just energy recharged the Oracle. He's only played 2 Oracles because he went for the Void Ray early. He's got Blink +1. And he's going to go for a 5th Gateway. Most people build their gateways in pairs, but Hero just likes to throw them down in whatever order fancies, hits his fancy. He's going to go for the Extractor. I think drones is a better target always, but it's easier because the Extractor can't run away, right? Reynor can't do anything to hide that Extractor from you. And it does limit his gas mining. Right now, it's his only gas that's mining. So, pretty nice move there for Hero. I'm surprised he didn't shift click it away ahead of time. Took an extra second there, 1 or 2 extra hits. Oh, hello! Oracles find an open mineral line. 3 drones, very nice. Thank you very much. Hero, he's down 5 workers despite all this. Roach Warren's up at home. We're going to go Hydra Den Reynor. I'm not quite sure. He's got a Ling pressure forwards. He's got a 4th base. I much prefer this 4th to that high ground one that can get abused by the ledge. Really good to see Reynor adjusting his 4th base location. Now, don't get me wrong, they can still push and have the high ground, but then you can flank around the right side, so it's a bit better. Hydra Den does go down. He's trying to not use his Roach Warren, yeah. Reynor does not want to build Roaches in this matchup. Spore Crawler is there. Oracles are going to grab 2. They only get 1. Looks like they only got 1 worker. Sorry, guys. Just trying to follow the Oracles, but I still have the Hydra Den selected. 4 drones, 8 Zerglings, an Overlord, Extractor for just 1 Adept so far. Really good play by him, but Reynor's worker count's incredible. Void Ray came back in, didn't find any damage. See, it's going to have to just sit there, regen its shields, and at least it's denying vision on the south side, so the Oracles, whenever they want, can swoop in from that side, and there won't be any warning. Templar Archives coming in for Hero. He's 66 workers against 76. This sort of damage is really necessary, because Reynor's greed is pretty insane, and you have to do something to slow that down. Gets a Spore Crawler kill, as well as 5 workers, so effectively 6 workers, plus the 75 minerals of the Spore. It's a really good play for him. Stalkers, now most people break rocks. Hero wants to keep those up and stop Reynor from breaking them. Plus 2 attackers on the way. The Stalkers are going to blink across, of course they are. Hydra is going to go for Muscular Augments first. Roach Speed's coming in also. Interesting. Reynor, no Infestation Pit, yet he's going Roach Hydra. Fleet Beacon starts. Hero is going to go Blink Stalker into Fleet Beacon. I generally despise this build. It can work. If he goes Tempests, I prefer it to Carriers. You're going up against Mass, and he's got Storm. Actually, he does have Storm. Okay, never mind. I was going to say, going, you know, just Blink into Tempest or Carrier, it just feels like you're just doing things in the wrong order to me. Feels like skipping Splash Damage, especially against Ling Hydra style, is a big, big problem. All right, guys, we had an audio issue. Sorry about that for the first few minutes of this game. I apologize. Just a rare tech issue we have. Doesn't happen very often, but the audio capture on OBS sometimes glitches out and you just got to reset it. Sorry about that. Hopefully it was just for a few minutes, but apologies for anyone who's got high fidelity sound systems. I know some people listen on terrible sound systems. You guys won't even notice. Like if I'm listening on my phone speakers, my phone sound, I probably won't notice, right? I got like a good headset or good speakers on, and you're like, oh god, it sounds hideous. Hydra Ling coming forward, cannon battery. Dude, it's a good wall off for Hero. I love the wall off, but the left side, Ling Hydra coming in from both sides at once. Oh my lord. Storms though. Oh, the Storms on the Hydras. I didn't realize the High Templar were there. Oh, great moves. And he's only lost 4 probes. The Ling's in the main base, though. Ling's in the main base. I don't know. They must have just ran in there. I didn't even see a drop there. Ling's getting in, finding some damage right now. Hero, you've got to hold on, mate. You've just got to hold on. The cannon battery and the natural doing an excellent job of stalling out those Hydras on the left side. The Hydras have to run away. Reynor not finding the value he's looking for. Yes, 13 probes is good. It's not bad by any means. But the extra cannons, the extra batteries, the 4th base holding, the Psy Storm, doing so much damage to those Hydras is excellent. You can see the units lost tab about 1,800, 1,600 in favor of Hero. And with a Mothership about to pop, Tempest on the way, puts him far ahead of the curve. We've got Dropper Lords loading, a Hive on the way, a second Evo Chamber. But Reynor does not want to be playing late game against Hero. And Hero on Abyssal Reef, it's going to be tough, man. Abyssal Reef can feel really rough for Protoss in my experience. It's a very good map for defending choke points. There's some nasty drop angles and stuff if you get out positioned, but there's really good choke points. And I think as long as you reinforce those choke points like Hero did, full wall this with a big chunky building there, you know, and leave a sentry. Just leave a sentry behind this wall, or a Storm, or a High Templar later on, and then focus your army on the left side securing those forwards. I think the choke points really help you out if you're careful with the engagements. But when you're just getting used to a map like this, with all these dead space and different angles, it can be really hard to figure out exactly how to engage and where you should have your army set up. A lot of Zerglings going down. Ultra Caverns on the way now for REYNOR as well. A great thing about maps being good or bad for your faction is, remember, there's always going to be a ton of players on the ladder who feel the opposite. They're like, it's terrible for my faction. You're like, yeah, it's just how it goes. Uh-oh. Tempest Mama. Tempest Mama. The mother of all storms. Here we go, guys. Lots of High Templar. Tempest going forward. Hydraling's pulling back, trying to buy time. He's got a quad Ling drop. That's 32 Zerglings. Costs almost nothing. Basically free units, but it can do huge damage. If Hero's maxed out or doesn't have warp-ins or a recall available. Always good to use lots of these Ling drops, guys. Very cheap maneuver that can pay off big time. Queens will finally clean up these adepts, but not before 4 or 5 drones do go down. Tempest sieging the high ground. This base is always a bit exposed out here, isn't it? And that ledge we've talked about a lot. You've got to take these bases down the bottom. REYNOR quickly pops those 2 hatcheries up as he Ling drops the main base. Zealots warping in, though, and with 2 cannons and the Zealot warp in, as well as Tempest overhead. It looks like with a yeah, extra warp ins are going to deal with it. Lings run across the map. I think the army just got recalled. Did it? Yes, it did. A few cannons got broken, but great defense. Tempest in the north. They're going to try to pull back. Storm Mama! Storm Mama time warp. Hydras almost catch the mothership, but Mama gets out of there. The Storm's punishing those Hydras. There are 11 Ultras building right now. There's no Immortals on this map. Hero is famously disrespectful and weak to Ultras. If those Ultras get on top and there's enough air to win, then REYNOR has no anti-air. He has no spy. He has no corruptors. His Hydras and drones are dying to Storm. Even if the Ultras kill the entire ground army, they're only coming out a few at a time. They've only got 1/1. They don't have kindness plating just yet. They don't even have +1 melee. In fact, they're trickling to this army. While they do kill the ground army, there is nothing that shoots up behind it. It feels like it's just, yeah, you're going to kill the ground army. You have to A-move across the map now as REYNOR and hope the Tempest chase you home. He's in so much trouble right now. The Tempest count, they do enough damage to kind of ignore the Ultralisk armor. The Ultras don't have that great upgrades, and Hydras will never get on top of this force. Mothership Tempest, too good against Hydras. You need Corruptors to counter this. But REYNOR, of course, was hoping to do more damage with his early Hydraling timing. It didn't work out, and now Hero finds himself far ahead. Time Warp's about to come off cooldown, but it goes down just before he can. And you can see those units starting to get blasted to oblivion. Double Robo does go down. Immortals are going to be the answer. REYNOR's too far behind, though. We're going to go to game 5. In a banger of a series. All right, game 5, ladies and gentlemen. REYNOR in the right side, Hero in the left. PVZ going to be decided on El Dorado. The City of Gold, the Lost City of Gold. REYNOR has had some moments of greatness in this series. Hero has moments where he just brings it together and just looks fluid. He looks smooth. He looks in control. He's going to be going for a pylon. Is that's walled off, right? On the right side? Or is that the opening in his wall off there? I don't know, it just seems, it looks weird on these corners. I think when you place it, it's pretty clear what you're doing because you can kind of see where it can and can't build, but I guess we'll find out as time goes on. I think that's just fully walled there, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe not. Probe comes forward, sees that early hatchery. REYNOR made sure he got that down with the 15-15 opening. 15 hatchery into the Overlord afterwards on 15, and then the spawning pool on 15. Should be down about 1 minute and 3 seconds, something like that. Probe harass coming in, being a nuisance. Where is that spawning pool? Oh, spawning pool about a second late. REYNOR was a little distracted by the probe. Did get delayed by a second. Not a big deal, but it doesn't matter. This build's all about getting that pool and hatchery up super early so you can rush out those early queens, get those injects going, and maybe even super early creep in this matchup, actually, since he probably wants to go for a gas with this next worker that pops out. This guy here should be taking a gas. Yep. Alright. He's going to attack the probe. Getting annoyed is REYNOR. That's a good choice to just chase him out of there. Behind this, we do have the Cybercore on the top left. So yeah, indeed, I think there is an opening here, unless this is meant to be a full wall. Which I don't normally see too much from Hero on this map, him mining open these minerals or anything. Probe still being a nuisance there, as the workers should be steadily pulled off minerals onto gas, but REYNOR hasn't really shown a priority around doing that, which is interesting because he's got 17 workers on minerals. Normally you'd see 2 workers on gas this early. Now the Cybercore is going to come up, Adept gets chrono boosted to start, and of course with the second gas about to mine in the main base, should be able to get on top of that in the near future. This was Cybercore before Nexus, was it? Oh! Yeah, he does this on this map, guys. He's going to go Cybercore before Nexus. He's also opened up the minerals in the middle. You see there's a little hole behind the grass there. So he could run over here and deny this being taken, potentially. I mean, if you go core first, surely you want to double chrono adepts, right, guys? Nope, it's hero. He's just going to single chrono the adept. I don't know why he went Cybercore first, though. 15-15 should get the queens out really early to shut this down. I guess he can deny that third. Reynor's a bit slow to take the other one, but with a 15-15, you're not meant to rush the third base anyway. I mean, I saw him do this build the other day, and I was just flabbergasted. I was like, why are we going Cybercore before Nexus, delaying our probes, delaying our economy, if we're just going to do a normal Stargate opening off it? Like, it just, you get your first adept out a little early, it does nothing. It doesn't force any reaction from the Zerg. I guess he's just trying to deny the base, but like a drone could just sneak out and take the northern base right now. It's the probe down the bottom that's really going to be doing the delaying tactics, if at all. Second adept finally arrives, but it's no earlier than it would have been off the Nexus before Cybercore because he, you know, didn't have the extra chrono available. Hatchery does get blocked, which is a good move. Adept's up there distracting. Pylon goes down. I mean, Reynor's now going to be a little annoyed. Now some damage comes in. That's actually really nice. The Adepts force the Lings back, which means, guess what? While you're dealing with the Adept Shades, the Pylon's denying you. It's actually really good. This is really good for hero right now. Second gateway does come down. He's going to chrono his Oracle at 3:45. First one's already on its way across the map. He lets the Pylon finish. The Adepts do keep shading and canceling that shade. Oracle's going to kill the drone, isn't it? Oh, I mean, there's no way you don't kill the drone. It's a freebie. It's going to have to go for the northern base now. New drone going north. Adept Shade once again got cancelled. You can see that on the minimap. And the third hatchery finally down at 4 minutes for Reynor. Ooh, Oracle gets 2 kills. And the Oracle has to fall back. Now, I don't think this is indicative of him going core before Nexus, though. I think this delay works exactly the same with the Nexus before core. It would have been cool to see him hold the choke point. Zerglings finally come out. Link speed very delayed here. Reynor's building tons of overlords ahead of time, trying to drone up. Over-droning's a good idea. Just get the extra workers out and transfer them when you can. Third base going down at 4.5 minutes. You can see how delayed Hero's economy is because of that opening delay on the Nexus. He's going to make 2 more adepts here, so it's going to be 6 adepts, 3 oracles. It's a good pressure. We saw that could take advantage of one of these 4 queen openings. But now, Hero, he's shown good aggression in this series. Reynor's building 2 more queens. He's going to go for a 6 queen opening. The Lings hide themselves, trying to get those adepts baited into committing, but they did not. Second and natural goes down for the 3rd and 4th cast. Twilight and Forge at the front. A lot of production exposed on the front of that natural. More adepts getting ready to shade in. Link speed's almost ready. 24 Zerglings. Plenty. 1 adept didn't cancel its shade. Slight mistake there for Hero. He's going to lose that adept as the oracles get pushed away by the queens. 1 Zergling slowly clearing the pylon in the south. Hero's already supply blocked, so he does build 2 pylons, and the 3rd Nexus finishing will get him out of any supply block woes, as it gives 15 supply. Max Ling goes across the map. They can surround the adepts. This could be big. Hero right now, he's a little exposed. He's going to pull back to that natural choke point, though. Really good micro by Hero, and you should be able to shade over and defend the 3rd, get the Stalker in the wall in, and shut this one down. Warping Stalkers in front of the Zerglings is certainly a play, guys. I mean, you could argue he's baiting the Zerglings and a lot of Lings go down, but each Stalker costs 7 Zerglings, so that's actually not a good move. Also lets the Lings in as natural. He did not put the Stalker in the wall in, so they managed to grab a probe or 2 as well. Hero, a little bit slow to react. He's going to lose another probe there. Hero's got to put this one away. He's got to calm this one down, man. Warps in a Stalker there as well. Blink and +1 in the way. +1 melee is here. Lair. 4th base in the top right. Both players neck and neck in economy. And it's the second wave of Adepts. Hero's found good success with this series. This time, 21 Zerglings, 6 Queens. I think he's just got to keep those Adepts alive, try to be annoying, and deny the hatchery in the top right. Very good move. Adept Shade comes in. Of course, he'll cancel that one. The Adepts are going home. Hero realizes, killing the 4th, not even canceling. The Reynor is in a bad spot. His 3rd was late. His 4th gets completely denied. I'm telling you guys right now, Reynor is grasping at straws. He knows he's in a terrible spot. No Roachhorn, no Hydroden, no Infestation, but he's doing nothing but making Zerglings and running them around the map. That is headless chicken Zerg, if you ask me. I get it. He's not in a great zone. He's trying to take a 5th there, 4th of the north. He's just making Zerglings. Finally, an Infestation pit goes down. Are we going second Eva? Are we playing Ultras? Like, what's the play here? Hydras? Or is it just mass Zergling? Queen's trying to get through that to defend that new 4th or 5th base now on the bottom. 2 Oracles are going to go into the main base. He splits the low hit point drone or Oracle away while these 2 rotate north. They don't really find anything though. 7 more drones are on the way. Hero is up 8 workers already, though. So all this is REYNOR trying to recover and make mass Zergling for run-bys. Now, as Hero, you've seen a billion Zerglings 5 different times. If you get caught by Ling run-bys in this game, you have no one to blame but yourself. It's lost you a game you had in the bag before, and you've seen nothing but Zerglings and a low economy. You killed his 4th. You know how late his new 4th bases are. So, like, you know he can't be droning too hard. If you get caught wide open on this 3rd to a Ling run by, it's such a silly thing to get caught by. But he has no precautions, no 4th base. He's going for a Robo and a 2nd Forge. So it seems like he might be thinking more about a Colossus style. A few Stalkers on that base, but nothing in the choke points, nothing guarding the mineral line. Stalkers blink to the inside. He's going to need to warp in Zealots. Tries to recall. This time he recalls while relying on the Stasis Trap. Much better defense this time. Oracles turn on their lasers. Quite a few Stalkers actually dying to the +1 melee Zerglings, though. REYNOR happy with this trade. He fights with Oracles above him because only one of them had energy. Quite a few Stalkers go down. Units lost time is actually ahead of him. 76 Zerglings have gone down. But remember, 10 Stalkers and those 9 probes that he's killed this game actually make it fine. REYNOR getting damage where there shouldn't be any. Now he's making a Hive and a Hydra Den. But I'm telling you, he's in this Ling Lurker desperation spot. He's just going to keep doing Ling run bys, go +2 melee, try to get some Ling drops in the main while Lings attack this base. And it's going to be double Robo Colossus. Now, Colossus will wreck the Lings. They'll wreck any Hydras. They won't be great versus Lurkers, though. Oracles come in, see the double Drop Lord. He should easily be ready for that. And when you see that, it's an easy choice to build a Phoenix or a Void Ray when you've opened Stargate. Hero, though, is going to build a Photon Cannon. Those Lings can just run into the natural. You're going to need more than just one cannon to defend a double drop of Lings. He's going to go for the Stalker option rather than the Phoenix, which is good enough. Oracle, Stalker, Adept in the middle, trying to hold on. Lurker Den is here, but of course the Hive's already finished. That Lurker Den is not on time for REYNOR, and REYNOR's in a pretty rough spot right now. Probes getting jumped on, 6 workers going down. Adept Stalker running north at the same time. Lings running the front, the Oracles are there. You got to keep refilling these Oracles. They're the only thing standing between you and mass Zergling ruining your day. One Overlord goes down, the Lings will try to take out a Stalker. At least they get one Stalker for that cost. But this is a good trade for Hero. Defending the main base. He's got his Colossus out now. One of them started, a second one started, extended thermal lance, his upgrades are good, but he needs to go Storm Immortal and go to a more standard style. Colossus is good for like a push, but once the Lurkers, the Ultras are out in good numbers, the Colossus fall off pretty hard. So having a few Colossus is nice. I don't know if you can really win with like a Colossus Stalker timing, for instance. Like Lurkers will hold very well against that. That being said, it's mostly Lings and Hydras right now. It's going to be pure Ling Lurker, really. Great Ling drop, though. Good focus fire for REYNOR, man. Wow. 4 probes for a few Zerglings. Super discount bargain. I'll take that any day of the week. 4th base is up here for Hero. He's only on 65 workers against a 90 probe Zerg player. REYNOR, these Ling run bys, killing lots of Stalkers and finding his way back into this game, despite a terrible start for him. I mean, maybe not terrible, but definitely bad. It's not a good position. When you see REYNOR making an infestation pit on 58 workers, no 4th base mining, just going, I guess I go Hive while doing Ling attacks? Like, he doesn't have a lot of long-term play to him, but he's found the damage, and that allows him the time now to transition into Lurkers, to add all these gases that are coming up now. He does need to transfer onto this one on his 3rd base. If he can get, what is that? Because that'll bring him up to 8 gases, I believe, if he transfers onto this. Right now he's on 7. That will really help him, you know, transfer to a late-game army. Something that's going to scale well. Wall's wide open, but he does warp in a single unit, so only one Zergling gets in. Plasma Shields is on the way. Only one Stalker down the bottom available. Oracle's still dancing. Archons and Immortals are coming in, as well as Plasma Shields and armor upgrades. I love this. I love the Archon Immortal. You need to make Storm as well. It feels like Hero is planning for an all-in, guys. And the reason I say that is he's making Dark Templar Archons, he's not taking gas on his 4th, and he's not making a Templar Archives for Psystorm. Which means spellcasters will be a problem without feedback. It means he's just trying to make a big meaty army of A-move stuff. Colossus, Immortal, Archon, with some Stalkers and stuff that you can micro behind it. And this is a very committed attack. There's only 8 Lurkers. How many more are morphing? 2 more? They have range. They don't even have Adaptive Talons just yet. It's not that many Lurkers. Dude, he's got to be in the perfect position, does REYNOR. He goes for a surround of the Archons with Colossus behind it. Dude, Archon, Colossus do not care about Zerglings. REYNOR up against the wall right now. He's got a wedge of Lurkers, but as long as Hero doesn't headbutt into the Lurkers, he can pick away, deny these forward bases, and just get himself in an amazing spot. He's got Fleet Beacon, 2nd Stargate on the way. Dude, I think Hero is going to put himself in a game-winning position from here. REYNOR is giving up a 4th base, a 5th base, and he's just having to hide on this bottom base right now. I mean, it's still 4 bases available. He does find an Immortal with the Zerglings, which is nice. Great stasis trap, though, there for Hero as he warps in more Zealots to respond. There are Lurkers on this base as well, but not many of them. Stalkers just blink forward and click on them. 3 Lurkers go down almost instantly, and attacking with Lings into Archon Colossus does not go well for REYNOR. But hold that thought. Ling drop in the main. Ling drop in the main. Hero, he's going to snap recall. Stasis trap on that base. Those Lings are going to be breaking out, but the 4th is wide open. He recalls here, which is a pretty good recall, but he leaves a bunch of Archons behind. And watch out in the middle. Is it enough Zealots to clear it up? Yes, it is. Okay, Hero defensively responsible after the absolutely ridiculous mistake he made earlier in this series, leaving himself open on Amygdala. He is recalling every time he gets in trouble by one of these drops or these counterattacks, and it's such a different kind of flow. I'd love to see cannons on this base. REYNOR's not going to stop doing Ling run bys. I think you need multiple cannons on all of these bases to keep pace with him. 15 Lurkers coming forward. You've got 9 Stalkers, 2 Colossus, 4 Immortals, which is a good army. Carriers are coming out as well as Mothership. Tempest. Still no Psystorm is crazy, but Lings get hit by a stasis. That top base is open. The main and the natural wide open again. Hero's 3rd wide open. His natural wide open. His main wide open. And that allows the Lurkers to shove on the front. Hero with a huge misstep. He has to get out of here. He has to give this base up right now. He has to run away from this base right now. He cannot take this fight. He cannot stand and take this fight. 38 probes have gone down. Hero not guarding his walls, not setting up his defenses, and not going Psystorm. Trying to rush to Skytoss was a greedy move, and it punishes him. The Zealot counterattack came in and just killed an expansion. REYNOR has the economy of a garbage man right now. I don't know what that even means. Garbage Zerg. It's not good. He's stuck on 4 base. He lost all his base. He doesn't even have gases down here. This attack needed to break Hero, and it did. It did break him. He literally was like, I need damage now. And Hero was like, I'll leave my door open. I don't get traumatized. I get it. You came in with a machete on Amygdala, and you literally hacked my arm off and stole all my belongings and tortured my family. But I'm going to leave the door open. If you come by again, I'm going to let you in here again. Hero is a mad dog, and it's gotten him in huge trouble twice in this series. He was in a decent spot. I'm not saying it was game-winning. It was still a big, scary Lurker army he didn't have a great answer to. But because he left his door open, it allowed the Lurkers to shove way forward. But hold on, Time Warp, baby! Time Warp, Immortal Cloak, no detection! REYNOR, no detection! Mama comes in and says, hey, I've got a magic trick. Do you want to see a magic trick? And much like the Joker in The Dark Knight, the Mothership basically shoves REYNOR's head onto a pencil or a pen, blinds him temporarily. His Lurkers could not attack. That was ridiculous. Hero goes from throwing the game to making a game-winning play, potentially, but wait, not again, Hero. He's not got any money. He warps in 1 Zealot. I don't know, guys. I don't think that Zealot can do. He warps in 3 more. He doesn't have enough money to hold this angle, though. And look at REYNOR with the multitasking. He actually focus-fired a bunch of the probes there. He's going to overwhelm that. He's got +2 Adrenal Zerglings. They wreck those Zealots, even though the Zealots have +2 armor and plasma shields. So the Zealots will go down. Every probe's going to fall on that base. The army on the front is here, but Corruptors are coming, and Corruptors are the key. If you don't have Corruptors, you're screwed. Corruptors counter Colossus. They counter the Mothership. They counter everything. There's 4 Colossus there. The Spores, the Queens, the Hydras, the Corruptors trying to hold. REYNOR must hold this angle. And Hero headbutting into the strongest defensive choke point of the Zerg player because he knows he's all in, because he's got no economy. He knew he needed to make it happen right then, right there, because the Zerglings, for the 7th time in this game, were ripping his economy apart. REYNOR finds a way to hold the choke point with Queens, Spores, Transfuses. He lost this bottom base at some point. I don't even know when that happened. REYNOR's income is pretty bad, guys. He doesn't have a lot of it. He has 70 drones that mostly should just be long-distance mining right now. Like, he should just grab these workers and just tell them to go mine from far away. He has 38 workers on that base. That doesn't even account for where his workers are, man. I feel... Is there, like, a bunch hidden somewhere? I guess 38 plus 6, 44 plus 12. Yeah, I don't know. Still, yeah, maybe just barely. Okay, fair enough. Corruptors are up here. There's a Warp Prism hanging around. Probes trying to be rebuilt by Hero. He's only on 18 workers. His income's not that much worse, but every time a new hatchery pops up for REYNOR, it's going to be instantly saturated. And of course, his mining's just going to explode. So the longer you wait here, the more screwed you are. There's a Viper on the way. And what a series this has been. Yeah. I don't think... I think going for the attack timing that Hero did was excellent. But I do think Psystorm is always the more important thing than Skytoss, and I do think Tempests are always more important than Carriers. So I think if there's like a standard way you do it, and this is what Max Packs will almost always do, is off his opening, you know, you'll get into Immortal Storm, whatever it is, And after the Immortals and whatnot, he'll add Storm. And after the Storm, he'll add Tempest. And then the Mothership and the other things. But we kind of rushed to Mothership Carrier without the Psystorm. There was a good Immortal Colossus Archon army, which could have slowed things down. And I think if he just manned his wall, it would have worked, the transition order Hero made. But right now, he's down 25 armies to play. He still has 4 Colossus that have honestly seen some stuff. But Corruptors are the counter to everything here except the Archons. 15 Corruptors, 2 Vipers, 8 Lurkers. The Lurkers aren't in position right now. One of those Colossus got left defending the third. Hero's like, look, I know what happens in this game. Now you run 80 Zerglings in and this Colossus is ready this time, right? But this time it's only 4 Zerglings because, of course, REYNOR is making better units than that now. Bunch of workers went down. REYNOR with way more mining available. Hero ready for the Zergling backstab for the first time ever. Tries to snap recall. Vipers come in. Carrier goes down. Colossus goes down. Big snipes for REYNOR there. Parasitic Bomb still popping off damage on Mama as she recalls away. She survives on 24 hit points. 2 Colossus. 1 on 58 kills. 1 on 69 kills. With 7 hit points. Guys, can we just take a moment of silence for the 69 kill, 7 hit point Colossus? That is, and there goes the moment of silence. REYNOR does not care about your tradition. He does not care about your sacrifices. He spits on your ceremony to honor that guy. He says, that's going to have to be a posthumous Medal of Honor over there, mate. Get out, get out. Ling Lurker on the front, Corruptors in the back door, and REYNOR is showing he has the ability to come back in an incredibly scrappy series. Reminiscent somewhat of what happened between these two back in 2019 BlizzCon, right before Hero went to the military service. They had a crazy series there as well. But this was the game-winning move. Just to show you guys one more time, it was Lings in the top and Lings in the bottom, because he needed his army here to keep like threatening the Lurkers and picking away at them while he was buying time for air units to come. Because there's nothing that shoots up, right? You buy another 30 seconds, you got carriers, you got Mothership. You can time warp, you can just blast them down. REYNOR's screwed. He doesn't even have range upgrades or carapace, so he's got no upgraded Hydras that are going to be coming out next. Like, he's just not good, right? But you've just once again been caught with your pants down. You lost the cannon here earlier with the previous Ling run by, so they get in there. They get in there. And I mean, I get it, you leave openings. The Zealots came in for a counterattack, but this is classic Hero. He's so focused and used to being able to put his opponents on the defensive. But when he plays against the best players in the world, they find ways to still force him to be defensively responsible. They don't just F2 home to defend the Zealots. And the Zealots do some great damage, but he leaves himself so open when he throws these punches, unnecessarily so as well. And you see Stargate goes down just before the carrier pops. I mean, it was a great fight in the middle of the map. I want to show that middle fight where he gets him with the time warp when REYNOR's trying to run back as well, because that was actually kind of beautiful, right? So he's like, oh god, air units, quick, run away. And the Stalkers are like, no, no, no. And the Zealots come back as well. And he's like, oh, I guess I need to burrow. I think he was better off just continuing to run. And you think, well, he's going to kill this whole ground army, isn't he? And then you realize, wait a second, Hero, click the Overseer, click the Overseer, click the Overseer. And once the Overseer's gone, REYNOR's units can't shoot no more. So it was actually really good cleanup in that fight. But REYNOR managed to scramble it back and get in control. Hats off to REYNOR, who wins 3-2. An incredibly close nail-biting series. I always love when these two play, because it just gets so down and dirty. GG, well played to REYNOR for bringing that one back.